Okay, well, I'm here today at Parramatta Park for the Block the Filter Picnic and Cyber Safety Day, reporting for Truth News Australia. And basically, we're just here to cover the event, to get some feedback from some of the organisers, and just put this all together for our listeners on Truth News Radio and our YouTube viewers. So, just like to invite the organiser. Sorry, I've forgotten your name again already.
Emma.
Emma. Yeah. Emma, hi.
Hi.
Can you just tell us what the day today is all about and what we hope to achieve by it? I mean, we're all here because we think that the internet should be free.
Yep,
we all understand the absolute importance of maintaining a free society with free communication. And what is your group doing, and what are you hoping to achieve today?
Yeah, what we're hoping to do is to generate more mainstream awareness. I mean, there are a lot of people in the Australian public who already know that what the filter is and why it doesn't actually protect children at all, as well as the internet freedom issues. But there are some people who don't. And we'd like to make sure that that message gets out to the general public. We'd like to make sure that parents are aware of alternatives so that they can actually protect their children online without having to do silly things like censor the internet. So basically it's completely unnecessary. I mean, the way the filter works doesn't actually stop trafficking of child pornography, for one thing, and it doesn't actually teach children social skills to protect them from cyberbullying and predators. So we're promoting education for that reason.
So the idea of having a picnic today was to sort of talk to people and get people more aware of the issues.
Well, that's right. Yeah. So we're being responsible, and we're saying that there are broad issues attached to this, and we support internet freedom and freedom of speech and association, all which I think are threatened by the filter. At the same time, though, we also support cyber safety and child protection in a sensible way, policies that actually work, and there's a lot of people out there who've been working very hard, a lot of foundations who are out there trying to, at schools, at churches, everywhere, trying to teach children skills to protect themselves online. That's what the money needs to go to. It needs to go to the AFP to hunt down predators like they do. It doesn't need to go to a filter that doesn't work, and it doesn't need to censor the internet. So that's basically it.
Right. What do you think, Emma, about the line that Stephen Conroy's running now, which is that the internet needs to be regulated? This is the phrase that they're using, that the internet needs to be regulated like the broadcasters are regulated. And they've basically been saying, well, the internet has just been this free-for-all, this kind of cowboy frontier land, and it's just not good enough. We've got to bring standards and regulation in. So they're trying to make it seem like that it is just a very normal thing that we do with all forms of media. We're just going to regulate it. How are we going to counter that argument, do you think?
They've already regulated it. The Broadcasting Services Act was amended in 1999 to include an industry codes of practice. We've got people who've been on the internet moderating forums and chat rooms and stuff pretty much since it was born. I mean, the phrase "don't feed the trolls" has been around since Usenet. I mean, seriously. I mean, you've got that aspect, which is important, but you've also got the aspect where it is the people's media. This is an opportunity for everybody in the world to talk to each other, to engage. If we use the internet effectively, we can create world peace. We can teach people about things like poverty and environmentalism and all these issues that are coming up, and to sort of be proactive about stomping on that just for what amounts to an excuse. It's a political wedge tool. I mean, instead of actually putting that money towards effective programs to protect kids, it's just ridiculous. Honestly, that's my opinion.
The way I've heard it said,
it
said, the price of freedom is sometimes to be offended.
Sometimes,
but if you're offended, you can easily go. You don't have to continue to look at the website that's offending you, and you can prevent your children from looking at it by using publicly available, software that will actually, parents can use for their kids. So
that's true. We need to promote that.
So
get awareness out about that. People didn't take up net nanny because I don't think they knew about it. But at the same time, Dave, when you're talking about free speech, there is a responsibility there and onus on the person making that speech to not actually go out and antagonise other people. Sometimes, though, in making a demonstration and getting awareness out, it can cause irritation, but I think it's a matter of people learning communication skills and getting the message across respectfully. But at the same time, that should not actually prevent people from speaking freely and
expressing themselves.
Exactly,
And
yeah.
it's always been
Yeah.
up to the webmasters of individual sites and social networking sites,
Yeah.
even YouTube,
Yeah.
to basically monitor the content and then provide ways of flagging content which is offensive. And those procedures have actually worked remarkably well, as far as I can see. I mean, you don't tend
Most
to
of the
see
time, yeah.
a lot of really obnoxious stuff on YouTube. You know, it's actually, that system seems to work quite well. So just your group is called Block the Filter.
That's right, yep.
Have you got a website?
www.block-the-filter.org.
Great.
Yep.
Oh, thanks a lot. Cheers.
Thanks,
Take
mate.
care. Thanks.
Cheers.
Hi, my name is Phil. I'm from Truth Movement Australia, a website. I'm an activist. I've come down here today to support this picnic and the sharing of information regarding the proposed laws that are coming into effect this year. As a heavy user of the internet, I'm against the filter as a concept, because it's basically a form of censorship, and it sort of says to we the people that we're not able to make a rational decision for ourselves on what content we'd like to look at. As an adult, I like to think that I do have that ability, and I think most sensible, law-abiding Australian citizens do have that ability. So I think it's a slapstick solution, and it's a very expensive and not a very well thought out solution. This is the third or fourth country in the world to do this sort of filter, this proposed filter, and it's an expensive, chaotic experience from what I understand from the other countries that have trialled it. So yeah, we just want to get dialogue. We'd rather be informed by our government as to what's going on regarding their proposed censorship plans. They've been very quiet about the legislation until they're ready to push it through. So we feel a bit cheated as the public, and we'd just like to get the information. That's what today's about. Hopefully in the future Sydney will also see a protest, because other major cities are getting involved with a protest today, and I think that would create a visible sort of a message to the people via media, hopefully, that there are people that are going to get together and stand up against this filter. So that's it from me. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, guys.